Hey, Steve Wiedemann here. In this video, we are going to talk about click-through rates and title tag principles. There are three core principles to ranking in search results. One is you having relevant content that answers the query that somebody punched into a search engine. Two is the popularity of that content in the form of links and mentions, social shares, etc., and your brand being mentioned in correlation to those keywords that were used. And then the third principle, which is what users actually do within search results. When you perform a search in Google or any other search engine, what shows up on your browser is called an impression. When somebody makes a decision, when they click one of those 10 listings that show up, or more than 10 if there's ads on the page, that's called a click. And the ratio between clicks, ratio of clicks to impressions is called click-through rate. What you see on the screen here is Google's answer to what click-through rate is and how it corresponds to their quality score in Google AdWords. So click-through rates, they've already made it clear to users and to advertisers that click-through rate is a good indication that users will find your ads helpful and relevant. It contributes to your keyword's quality score, which affects your costs and your ad position. So if this is important to Google AdWords, why wouldn't it also be important to natural search ranking? Why wouldn't a user's search behavior matter to them? If there's 1,000 searches per day for a specific keyword and everybody seems to be clicking on one listing more than the other listings, it's a pretty good indication that that listing might be more relevant. However, they have to be fair and keep track of whether or not that person returns to the search result and chooses a different result, or if they stay on the page because they found what they were looking for. That bounce back rate to Google is definitely the final answer as to whether that was a good result or not. So you've got two goals to answer principle 3 of SEO. One is to get the highest click-through rate, and two is to have the lowest bounce rate. So today we're going to talk specifically about title and meta tag writing to help a particular page get more clicks in search results and hopefully higher ranking. In fact, for fun, if you ever are thinking about it, all you've got to do is a quick Google search for title tag principles, and usually my content's right at the top, and it goes through those same things that we're going to talk about today. So there are three simple things that you can do around your title tags to get better placement. Number one is including some type of a call to action. Right? In this example, I'm using a tool, by the way, called it's a SERP emulator by the guys over at SEOwebdesigner.com. Just did a Google search, and this was the best tool I found to preview what a snippet might look like in Google. There's other tools out there, but this one does a pretty good job of showing previews and with thumbnails and so forth too. So anyway, call to action. In this example, I'm using the word get. In this example, I'm using the word hire. So giving a call to action tells the user who's performing the search what they can expect to do when they get to the web page, or what they should do if they want to save money, if they want to get the best results, whatever. Having a call to action means I am not a Wikipedia page with a definition. I am a service provider, and you're going to get the best X here. And it's a really great way, and we've seen it in AdWords as well as in natural search results. Having that call to action is a great cue if you can fit it in. The next thing is to think about the keyword you want to focus on. In this example, the search words, I used SEO Expert. And so I started, you don't always have to start your title with the keyword, but I've noticed more recently, particularly on e-commerce sites, putting your keyword near to the front of the title seems to have an impact to ranking. I don't know why. If the users see that first and they decide they want to click on it because it has the keyword, but you're going to see that in a lot of cases if you do a product search, that most of the results on the first page start with the product name. So I included the keyword in the title and in the description. It's possible that other search engines like Bing and Yahoo and so forth may not like you having the same keyword theme in both. However, at the moment I only really care about Google because they have the most market share, and so far this particular element seems to work well. Users see it twice, they think this is a relevant result. And then you also notice that I put the keyword into the URL so that it's bolded there as well. So I've got three instances of the title, the URL, and the description bolding the keyword theme that I'm going after. and it doesn't seem too spammy, hopefully, to the user, because I use a lot of other words, not just explicit keyword. The next principle, so we've got call to action, keyword, and the final principle is using some type of a unique selling proposition. So in this case, I put get strategic, right, not tactic, but strategic, Google approved advice from a pro. So I've actually got 3 in there. I've got strategy, I've got Google approved, and then I've got pro, meaning somebody who's professional at it. And instead of repeating that same line over again in the description, which tends to be something that webmasters do by habit, in fact, they'll also use this exact phrase as the main page heading, or H1. So that main phrase becomes a little too explicit because you're repeating the same thing twice. But notice that I've switched it up in the description. So here, I used get. In the description, I used hire. And then instead of strategic Google approved advice, I used, what did I use? How to get more traffic. And then I used guaranteed Google friendly recommendations. I wasn't going to use guaranteed results because in SEO you can't control search engines and should never guarantee it. In fact, while we're on that topic, never ever work with an SEO company that guarantees top position, because you just can't guarantee something that you can't control. So just keep that in mind. So my call to actions get and hire. My keyword is SEO expert. And my value proposition is strategic, Google approved, pro, more traffic, and Google friendly recommendations. So those are title tag principles, and if used correctly, could help improve click-through rate within search results, which therefore, if you do have a very good landing page and a low bounce rate, will contribute to where you place long-term within Google or other search engine results. So this is Steve Wiedemann on title tag writing, and one last thing I forgot to mention on this. So notice how everything fits within the title and description. There's no ... at the end of it. If I were to go too far on my title, I get a ... and it gets truncated, which isn't a good user experience. So if you're trying to shove keywords in the title or add too much to it, the user's never going to see it anyway, and it's not going to play into your rank. So don't waste your time going crazy with your titles, and try to keep them from going over the pixel limitations. There's not character limitations, unfortunately. You can't really use a spreadsheet for it, but there absolutely are character limitations, and you can use this tool to test. Anyway, thanks again for watching. This is Steve Wiedemann. Definitely leave your comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.